So if you invest in a micro fund, for example, what's your expectation in terms of return, and what's the kind of return that you expect, maybe you expected in the past in larger funds, for example?
So larger funds, in our opinion, in venture are, because of their fund size, kind of limited. So even if you have a unicorn in your portfolio, in most larger funds, that unicorn doesn't even return the whole fund. So returning a whole fund means you have one outlier company, and if you exit that company, is it returning one time the fund? And the larger the fund, the lower the probability that this will happen. So you need several unicorns to even return the fund.
The amount of money. Yeah.
One time. Now, if you are a very small fund that invests very early, where the price is lower for the company, and if you have an outlier, then this is realistically can lead to 5 to 10x returning a fund, in total. So this happened in our previous portfolio, and we so believed very early on that this can happen. Now it happened, so it's more like a proof that this happened, and we think it not only happened once, but several times now. The longer we are in the market, the more visibility we have in our own portfolio, which again is for us like a proof point that the model that we choose seems to work well, right? So in terms of returns, our expectation is always relative. So what does it mean? Relative to the market, right? So whatever the market is returning in the next decades, we are trying to optimize the returns on the upper returns. We call it upper quartile or upper decile, whatever you call it. But we think that we will hit whatever that upper quartile will deliver in that market. And that's why it's very difficult to say, we are a 3x or 4x or 5x fund. It really depends. If the next decade is a super strong decade, we might be a 5x fund. If the next decade for venture and tech is a very, very bad decade, we might end up a 2x fund. But that's the most outcome that would come out of that market. So I think in general that venture, if it works, is returning on average in general